And we're back. This is your coach, Transgender, hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail. Basically, me reaction to screen caps of comments on YouTube and DeviantArt that are response comments. I made it against the deviant lifestyles and a few other things. Trigger warning, don't like what I'm saying, go ahead, click off the video and go watch something else. Do not like saying hate for my videos because there is no hate for my videos to speech you hate. That's your story. Let's get back to people getting things wrong in the comment section and be transgender male where's the biology and the need to talk about that. Also good to get vaccinated so you also don't spread the germs. I got vaccinated for COVID a while ago to help my body be stronger against COVID. I got this nice t-shirt. I vaccinated for flu a while ago and now my body be stronger against flu. So let's continue on here. Also got to go to a cool new place I've never been to before. So it was nice. So this one has a little Nazi word fan art. You have Kanye, all curvaceous in fan art. Very nice. Yeah, Ruby Gloom all grown up in a black bra and panties. Or so is only bra and panties in a graveyard, which is normal for Ruby Gloom, yes. Yeah, and then she's in a slave Leia outfit, looking amazing. She has freckles all over her. Very nice. Yeah, this bottom heavy dog girl here. I don't know where she's from. I don't know where she's from, but she killed yeah, this voluptuous rabbit girl. Very nice. You have the rabbit girl from Arthur with her hair over her eyes in a one-piece swimsuit. Apparently she got McDonald's. Yeah, super cute. Very nice. Molly, very nice. I like her. There's a lot of fan art of her, so that's nice. Continue on with our hate mail here. And I say, there's going to be some overlap, but it's worth to talk about. Let's go. I say, Sony and Bungie need to cut their losses. End Marathon, focus on Destiny 2, make it Destiny 3. Marathon is the real Marathon. Let it go, all caps. Let it go. Angry face emoji. So it says, you need to support Marathon if you want Destiny 3. Sure, let me go ask how Titanfall 3 is doing after supporting Apex. The reason why Titanfall 3 does not exist, or even though we supported the people who made it, but they made Apex, is because they're focusing on the live service thing. And that live service thing, in my opinion, live service games should be side games. It shouldn't be the most expensive things you make. Because sometimes those things don't work out very well. You make your live service games lower tier, AA or indie. They can run on cell phones. They can, basically take as much processing power or cost to maintain them. Then that might be a better plan, because then you could be like, oh, let's focus on this AAA game. That's a simple game. By itself campaign. Go. Instead of a live service game where it's like, oh, you gotta maintain this thing for weeks, for months, for years, and hopefully people come in and continue to fund us as we continue to waste money, burn money on this, that's what they're basically hoping for. It's not an infinite money glitch, it's an infinite money pit, so let's continue on here. So whenever I look at current budget, I feel like looking at Skinwalker. That's a normal thing for a studio that's gone woke and broke. So that's what happens with them. Who has money to make an extraction anyways? Absolutely nobody. Another sign of woke studio. They do things that people don't ask for. You could have had Destiny 3, but neither Bungie or PlayStation listen to us. Now they're going to learn the hard way. They sure are. Marathon is Destiny 2 fail. Marathon's Destiny is to fail. The letter number 2 fail. Hypnotic says, what do you make of all this? And I say, either they really thought Marathon would serve them, or they willing to fail and work for Sony. Either way, they are screwed. Angry face emoji. Play super games, win stupid prizes, someone else. This is Concord and High Cards in slow motion. I love it. Layoffs will continue until the gaming crash reaches the point of no return. Benson to Bungie, your war fired. That Paul Tassi post was priceless. Laughing to you, cry emoji. I'm blocking Paul. So much fun. Bet it doesn't even break 15K over the weekend. Yeah, it's not doing that anymore. Laughing to your cry emoji. I'm going to miss this in about 2 months. Maybe a few more months than that. Well, we'll see. So it's, I love this time of day. Always put a smile on my face. Smash AT, hearted. This isn't a sinking ship anymore. The ship has sunk, and these are just people in lifeboats LARPing that they're still on the ship. Laughing to your cry emoji. So it says, imagine planting a tree in the middle of a park. It grew into a great tree and produced fruit that most people liked. People kept coming back into summer to sit in the shade to enjoy their time, and as the winter approached, less people would come. But summer hit again, and they came back. Sometimes they pruned the tree in weird ways and trimmed strange shapes of the leaves, but people always came back, regardless, because they loved that tree. And then they decided to plant another tree in the middle of a desert. Sure, some people got excited to see a tree in the desert, but nobody goes to the desert because there's nothing there. And the fruit from the tree is even as good because it's in the desert. Then to entice people to go to that tree, they cut down the original tree they planted and everyone liked, leaving the stump there. This is Bungie. Yeah. I like those tree metaphors. I use that for one of my jobs. It was crazy. So bad. Who needs AMSR when you get to the Paul Tessie's enthusiastic voice? It's not very enthusiastic. He definitely is trying to incorporate his way through it. It's still there are still people playing. So yeah, continue. It's not dead. It's not dead. The announcement hasn't come yet, but it will. And then go on to Fair Games. With $. That game gonna die. That game gonna come out and die. Rise of Hunters Gathering. It looks good. Way better. Not because I like that big girl, but also because of everything else. The game has much more variety. That's what we need. We need much more variety in our games, especially our live service games. So you will be like, "Oh, I want to play as this character or this character." Instead of, "Oh yeah, which one do I want to play? Medium character with spiky hair, medium character with two-tone face, medium character with bulky armor." And that's pretty much it on Marathon. For this one, it's a small character that flips around with her Thanos blade. Small, medium-sized character that shoots bows and arrows. Medium-sized character that uses a hammer, or a big giant girl who uses her shepherd's crook or hopefully cutlass. If there's a pirate version, that'd be nice. So it says, I don't know what's funnier, the hilarious thumbnail of the Marathon is the Marathon News Network intro, rolling on for laughing. We can have bungees. You're wrong, but so right. Laughing to your cry emojis. Rolling on the floor, laughing at emojis. I love the new intro. You gotta keep it for Marathon. Great thumbnail. My gosh, that's awesome. Having Paul and Jason stand there for a weekend at Birdie's. What a joke Bungie is. How long can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? Lower, lower. Unblock us, Paul. The thumbnail game is so on point lately. Laughing with stretch emoji. Everything is going to be according to the plan for Bungie in order for them to run a marathon across the Horizon Hunters Gathering hunting ground to reach the high guard where they will finally own them chuds. So they thought they believed. Like always, great video smash and greetings from Uruguay. Let's go. Can't stand Paul Trashy. Haha, that intro. Laugh to your cry emoji. That thumbnail was so on point. Haha. Cool intro, just perfect for a marathon. The smiley face emoji. Old school. Colon bracket. This is the 100-day odyssey. Bro is an extraction shooter. Even if it's a great time game, it wouldn't matter. The player count would be a bit higher, but not reach 500k current. That's the best case scenario. With Bill Jason Schreier and Paul Tassi have jokes and tourists. Their blood type is soy. Is it my favorite time of day? It is. Keep going, Smash. The old school smiley face emoji. It's that time again. How much time we got? That time. Let's go. Click. Marathon pick one is a marathon character being shot in the head by a sniper and falling over. A picture of that. Marble Machine video comment part one. I said, wow, this musical instrument is also dances. Laughing with SpongeBob emoji. So I said, the sound of the belt moving, it's already quite the beat of its own. And his own signature leaves the lever and walks away from the machine to slowly stop itself. It is going to be so emotional when he plays the Marble Machine song on this thing. The precision level is absolutely perfect. A work of genius. An engineer and a musician. Highly skilled in one man. This is what I imagined a steampunk bionic heartbeat sounds like. Whirring gears, really deep thumps, smaller clicks as valves flick open and close. Pumping coolant around the synthetic body. Or maybe the music box brought to life from a spell or a curse. Martin, I was deeply moved by this video. My eyes lit up and all. Your epic project is clearly nearing completion. All the best. Bless you, man. Marble Machine was a cool thing. It was a nice video for a very complicated machine. That's awesome because it basically what it does. For those that don't know, what it does is it has all these little metal ball bearings rolling around in it that are basically moved around by mechanics. They start mechanics up, so the balls will roll around in this machine maze thing, and eventually fall on things, make noise, and then get caught by other things, and then start rolling around again. There's so many cool things you can do that they've done with that. There's so many things to make it all. You can do it if you do it the right way. You make all kinds of different tunes happen, other good sounds happen. It's so cool. So that's what happened with that. The Marble Machine. So yeah, there's videos on there on YouTube. You can check it out. Martial arts comments part one. I said, yeah, you gotta be careful with wrestling. Those moves are powerful. A sweat drop with blue forehead emoji. Remember, stage doesn't mean safe. Anything go wrong at any time. Because you basically will be striking or grabbing and holding on to stuff in different places. And it could be if you joint lock, then you basically you do joint locks, you do head locks, you do all kinds of stuff like that. that could be or strike. You can be very careful with that because it can cause a lot of problems. So it's internal decapitation. It's one of those things that is so terrifying to even know can happen. I feel bad for the wrestler who kicked him because this all went so horribly wrong. Ray is considering retirement after the incident, but his family said they didn't blame him for that. But the family said they didn't blame him for that. But man, it hurts to see that after so many years wrestling, maybe scripted, but the danger is real. What happened with Rey Mysterio was a luchador. That's one of the things I like about, again, martial arts in general. And body types in general, Rey Mysterio is a smaller wrestler. He's a luchador. He's Hispanic. He's just on the smaller side. So what he does is he's a high flying acrobatic type moves. Okay, and he was doing. There was things are scripted, but he's supposed to do these certain moves. And the one move he did was this guy, trying to dropping and double kick type of thing. Basically jumping double kick type thing, where he would hit the opponent in the back, and the guy would basically hit, and fly over and land on the ground and be defeated or whatever, take a hit or whatever. Somehow that attack didn't go right, okay, or the guy was positioned the wrong way. So eventually that caused life, ending injuries, because basically everyone was like, whoa, he's seeing him. Hearing that the guy's basically his heart got messed up by that attack, hit in the back by that. When he was in the right position, so it hurt his heart and eventually caused him to stop beating, so he died. So it was like, so it's just like, that's just terrible. There's all kinds of crazy moves they can do, but you gotta watch out for those. That's what I'm saying. Be careful. Let's see here. Ray's getting blame him for having managed to see this after so many years wrestling made scripted, but the danger is real. Rey Mysterio attended to his funeral unmasked out of respect for him and his family. In some odd way, he wrestled with Anya during his first and last match. Crazy this happened 10 years ago already. Now I see why wrestlers get offended when you ask them if wrestling is fake, because people actually get seriously hurt, or worse, people actually die. Rest in paradise, and condolences to the family. Prayer hands emoji, angel, cherub, baby emoji. See you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube, DeviantArt.